Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the 16th episode of LinkedIn Live audio event series, where we are conversing with thought leaders, founders, and CEOs about their journey and how they have unlocked their own true potential, and now they're doing it for their teams and customers. Evening, afternoon, and morning, based on where you're from. This is your host, Prashant, and before I get any further, I would like to emphasize the purpose of this event. We aim to unlock the true potential of folks who are in constrained environments, maybe not able to get enough time to talk or follow their role models, or maybe unable to break through their preoccupied mundane life. No matter what the reason may be, there is value in staying towards the end of this event. Without any further ado, let me introduce you today's guest speaker, which doesn't require any guest speaker introduction, but little bit about her. Meghna Gandhi is a co-founder and CEO of 𝘁cie𝗽𝗶𝗰, a professional resume writer with over 14 years of extensive experience in resume writing and recruitments. She is the co-founder of 𝘁cie𝗽𝗶𝗰 and a former senior writer at Naukri.com and Stanford Rise Smart India. A wealth of her expertise includes international resume writing, executive bio, career coaching, recreating candidates' career story through ATS resumes and LinkedIn profile optimization. She co-founded 𝘁cie𝗽𝗶𝗰 to make sure that she is doing the right things for the professionals who are in pursuit of redefining their career or getting the right jobs. Meghna Gandhi, welcome to the event. How are you doing today? Where are you? We are excited to hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prashant, for having me here. And absolutely, it's a great opportunity to go live and speak to your audience. And anyway, I just look forward for this great event. And I'm sure that people will have good takeaways from here.
Absolutely, Meghna. So you are based out of New Delhi, capital of India. How's the weather there today? Is it getting any cold or
Yeah, it's getting cold. It's getting cold, and uh, we are expecting some smog now. So it's
right?
going to be health conditions and everything. We have to be a little worried about that.
Absolutely. Well, I hope everything goes fine. So,
Yeah.
Meghna, we are all curious to know resumes that win top jobs. We need to understand what are you doing in this space. Help us understand what do you do. I have read your brief,
Mhm.
but still, what does your typical day look like? What kind of clients you get? What are their top challenges? We can
Hmm.
start with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So great question, Prashant, because most of the time, the kind of industry we are into,
Hmm.
people are really not that too much of, they are not too much aware about all these services, especially when I
Hmm.
talk about India. People still feel, oh, resume writing is, this kind of service that we can avail for. And they do hesitate. They feel that
Hmm.
what recruiter will think that if they get to know that I've got my resume done from some other person, so am I not capable to write my own achievements and whatever things that I have do day in day out. So that kind of notion people have in their mind, but great, because we are now evolving,
Hmm.
people are understanding. We are also why we are coming up on such kind of platforms
Hmm.
and educating them, telling them, because we just wanted to tell them that it is not your need, it
Hmm.
is vice versa, it is recruiters need as well. It is about that. Even recruiter wants to they are also wants to hire talented people in the from the market, and they are also struggling with that skill gap. People are not able to justify their experience and their
Hmm.
abilities well on paper, and that is how they are also losing out on really good candidates. So it's really not about that only the individuals are falling apart,
Hmm.
but even the recruiters are falling apart. So we come up as a bridge.
Hmm.
We understand your as an individual's uh, career journey, that
Hmm.
what all things that one has already done, or what kind of experience that you carry. People do get confused about, I've already spent 15 years in my career journey, 20 years in
Hmm.
my career journey. and now it's hard for me to pen down everything on paper. And now come on, means we have a ATS kind of softwares and AI who will going to screen my resume at first glance, and
Mm-hmm.
make my resume as short as possible. So
Hmm.
struggling, they are struggling in so many things when it comes to resume. They don't know, how to start with, how to pitch myself in market, how to
Mm-hmm.
approach the recruiter. So there are a lot of things where we come in picture,
Mm-hmm.
and we understand in an individual's requirement, their pain points,
Mm-hmm.
their pain area, try to
Mm-hmm.
address them, and then align it as per recruiter's need,
Hmm.
so I always tell all my clients that when anybody,
Mm-hmm.
including me, will sit down and write my own resume, I would rather write my resume in a way that which all things I wanted to show my recruiter. But if I
Hmm.
ask third person to write my resume, they will write in a way that what a recruiter wants to see. It's other way around. So
Meghna,
that's
I would,
how it
yeah,
is.
just to add a point here, Meghna, I read that you have been a recruiter as well in the past, and you have written resume for other companies as well before you started your own thing. So I believe what you're trying to convey is what my comprehension is that, somebody is very good in software development. He is very good with
Mm,
C, C++, React, Java, or somebody
mm,
is very good salesman, or somebody is very good in operations, or somebody is a very good CFO. But
mm.
writing is not his key skill. So,
Absolutely.
and hesitation is coming that with the thought process, which I don't blame them, but the hesitation is coming that why you need somebody else to write your resume, because that somebody knows how resume should be written. That's the answer and the takeaway for that. So that's a great takeaway, that do not hesitate to approach for help. The second thing is what I have a lot of questions being there, so I will break it down. First thing,
Sure.
you said something, ATS, and
Hmm.
artificial intelligence, AI, is screening the resumes.
Yeah.
So I see on resumes, I see LinkedIn job opportunities which are open, and for one job opportunity there are like thousands of people who have applied. And
Hmm.
so just help us, what exactly happens when 1,000 people apply for a job, and how does the resume and the LinkedIn profile plays the role in this shortlisting process?
Hmm, 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 hmm. So, see this when you talk about ATS, it is nothing. People call it ATS. Basically, it's a process application tracking system. So now
Okay.
that we know that most of things are getting digitalized,
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of processes which is getting automated.
Mm-hmm.
Then why only the HR will struggle? No, they also using a lot of softwares to streamline their hiring process. So there are a lot of softwares in market like Bamboo HR, Oracle Talio, Bullhorn,
Mm-hmm.
Greenhouse. Lot of softwares are there,
Yeah.
which companies are using to streamline their HR process, hiring
Okay.
process.
Mm-hmm.
So out of which is one of the thing is tracking the applications, which means
Ah.
that now earlier back days, when you talk, what was the platform to for hiring? It is either through Naukri, Monster
Hmm.
kind of a platform,
Mm-hmm.
or it is like, you would straight away go to vendors, the HR consultants, and you get the candidates resumes, profile candidatures. But now when you see today's scenario, even if one company is floating one opportunity in market, they are getting
Mm-hmm.
hundred of resume from multiple platforms.
Wow.
It is not one but multiple. Now it is you we also need to understand scanning manually these application is next to impossible. Obviously there will be a shortfall in that case. So they are
Hmm.
using softwares, at least big companies are using. So they are
Mm-hmm.
using such software just to ensure that they all the application get screened properly, and
Mm-hmm.
whichever application has right kind of verbiage and keywords related to the target
Hmm.
application passes to the next level. So
Got it.
this is what the AI, or I would say, this whole software automation, you name it in whatever manner you want it to. But yeah, this is all. It's basically to ease the process. That's nothing more than
Got it.
that. So that this is biggest issue for, I think, for every individual right now.
Yeah, with softwares, it is getting simplified for the recruiter. So 1,000 resumes for one job, and a recruiter may be hiring for, say, like 10 to 20 positions. And yeah, and then that's only the first step. And as you said, that many resources are there. So LinkedIn could be one of them. Naukri could be another place where people are applying and the resumes are getting consolidated. So this ATS, what I understood and why I'm repeating is because audience is very curious to know that when I hit easy apply on LinkedIn and I say share my resume. So what I understood is that resume is going to be opened by the software, and the text inside the resume, the keywords will get matched in relevance with the job description, and it will give, say, like, okay, 1,000 people have applied for this sales role, but only 30 are the most relevant. So it helps the recruiter go
Absolutely.
through those 30. So that means that if you are not having a resume which is professionally written, it is impossible for one person who is selling, whose job is to sell insurance or software, to learn about all these things. So, tell us, what an individual can do by themselves before they reach professional help. Like there should be some free resources what they can use, and then something what they can do by themselves.
So that is also one of the problem, Prashant, because whatever the free sources we are having online,
Hmm.
people go ahead and use different website. They feel that if I prepare my resume and I will make it visual, it is
Mm.
more appealing.
Really? I mean, if I put more colors, if I put my photograph, that also doesn't work out. Just
See,
curious.
photograph is nothing to do with the photograph,
Okay.
but when it comes to pictorial,
Hmm.
people do put graphs. They feel that if I put my achievements in graphical way, that will make more sense to the recruiter. It is more appealing to the recruiter. If I let me design a career timeline for all the
Yeah.
companies where I worked in. Let's put my logos of the organization. Oh, I worked with PepsiCo. Let's put the PepsiCo's logo on my resume. It will look more fancy, and it's like eye catching. But trust me, if you really seek my suggestion, keep
Okay.
it simple. Keep it absolutely simple in a word format. That's the best thing one can do it. Recruiters are actually looking out for your skills. Other day, imagine you as a normal individual want your resume to be designed in a pictorial way because you feel that this is good and appealing and it will actually impress the recruiter. What will an interior designer or a digital marketing person will do it? Means I don't know what they, or an architect or a fashion designer will do it. Means hell
Yeah.
what of their life. They're going to put everything they have done, the designing whole artwork they have done so far in their resume, which is of course not possible, no? So
Yeah.
recruiters are looking forward for content, a concrete information, and which
Concrete
is
information. Got it. Concrete. Guys, I'm
absolutely
echoing
good with
that
normal word
concrete
file.
information. Yeah. That is
Yeah.
so, like, sold in this geography, done sales in this area, or I am an
Yeah.
operations head in Bangalore or South region of India.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
handling this much of portfolio. I am working on XXY client age. I have worked on XYZ project. Something concrete, if I'm an HR guy, you could talk about retention, now percentages. A lot of things are there. Every profile comes with some sort of a concrete information, and I think recruiters. This is what recruiters are looking forward for.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. So, guys, I know you have raised your hands, but before that, show me some love, guys. Put the reaction, show me some love, put some round of applause, show me that you're listening. Are you there, folks? We are doing this conversation just for the benefit of the community. There is no strings attached. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love what you have shared. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much. All right, so this is great. Meghna, there are three kinds of resume. When I was young, out of college, I
Hmm.
just copied pasted the resume of my friend, changed the name because the degree is same, and the project also may be the same. So my only thing was to change the name and email address
Hmm.
in that resume. But when I became like 5 years of experience, then I had to Google. Then I can put
Hmm.
somebody else's project or somebody else's resume, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. What do you think people are doing wrong in terms of putting that resume thing here?
Hmm. 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 See, I don't want it. So this is really This is not a new question or not a new exercise. People at fresher, at
Mm-hmm.
mid-level, senior mid-level, even the top management are doing. Everybody is copy pasting from somewhere or the other way.
Okay.
Some people are copy pasting from their reference, from their friends,
Mm-hmm.
because they feel that, oh, I am a manager, he's also a manager, I'm a manager sales, he's also manager sales in my same organization, we both are doing same thing in same organization, let's copy paste. Oh, he got some really good opportunity in Amazon, okay, fine, I also wanted to look forward for such good great opportunity, let me just copy paste his resume and put things, as it is in my resume. Other people are copy pasting. Oh, I've scrolled down multiple job opportunities, and I have some great JDs in hand, some coming from Microsoft, other coming from Google. Let's copy paste
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the job description, put it in my resume, and then push my resume. But as I said, that every individual has their own journey.
Mm.
Maybe today you are standing right with your colleague, with your peer on a same position, but it doesn't mean that whatever journey you had earlier, he was also having the same journey. Of course not. So you have to be focused enough that, let's say if I've spent 5 years in my career journey,
Mm-hmm.
let's start from the fresher. In fact, if I'm a fresher, of course I have whatever education, whatever the course I have done, my friend has also done the same thing. So whatever he has studied, I have studied the same thing, but it doesn't mean that I will copy paste his resume, because might be my area of interest is different and his is different. So I will create
Mm.
a section called knowledge purview, I will create a section called area of interest, where I can talk about my interest area, my area of interest. What
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to, I wanted to get into a business analyst. I wanted to become something else, sales person, a sales professional, or I wanted to get into a marketing field. Who I am, what I wanted to. So that makes a huge difference for a fresher. Going ahead, when we have some experience, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, then every individual comes with some set of skills. Every
Skills.
job
Yep.
comes with some certain skills. Obviously, if I have done 100 of things in my career journey,
Mm-hmm.
100 things cannot be my expertise.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some transferable skills that I am carrying from one organization to another organization. Now, this cannot be possibility that today I'm working on a finance position, tomorrow some other company hired me on HR position. No,
Mm.
no. So I am a finance guy. I will either expand in a finance way, or maybe something in relation to that profile only. So there are some transferable skills that I'm carrying from one organization to another organization, and there shouldn't be any scope that I should be copy pasting things from here and there. I have to talk about my skills. I have to talk about my journey, and that's the best thing that every recruiter will feel happy reading such resume, that
Okay.
they feel originality. They
Okay.
feel that you came out with your thing.
I have a question here. I think we briefly discussed that, but if you can shed some light on those 2 points, is that, how to design a resume which is ATS compliant? Because how do we get through that firewall of ATS? Like, if you can
Hmm.
talk about that. And any sample resumes, I know you mentioned earlier that keep it simple in a Word format, but
Hmm.
anything sample resumes, what we can leverage.
Yeah, so as I said, ATS is nothing. It is just
So,
though we have a complete list of, complete checklist for ATS, and when anybody enrolled for our service, we ensure that we are bringing out all these checklist on, we are aligning the resume as per the checklist. But if you wanted to try it from your side, keep it simple. Just ensure that you are giving, if you keep yourself as a recruiter, what all needful thing you wanted to see in the resume. Of course, a short profile summary you wanted to see. You wanted to see some, what exactly the current roles and responsibility that you are handling at, with the current organization. What are your core area, core skills that you wanted to present to the recruiter. Talk about your achievements under each organization. Keep it short, keep it crisp. Don't go too much don't write in too much of elaborative
essays,
way
like
that,
don't write essays there, one line as verb.
yeah,
Is that what you say?
one line will
Okay.
work, of course, yeah. And try to make it more quantifiable or result oriented. That's
Guys,
the
keyword.
way Yeah, keywords are important because, and people feel that keywords is something which is too hard to understand, but actually not. When you start writing your own roles and responsibility, you will see that you are gathering keywords in your own
Mm.
way. So it's not that customer service will remain customer service, no. So what will you change in customer service? A
Right,
sales and business development will remain a sales and business development.
right, right,
So
right,
when you
right.
write your own your whole KRA or job description, no, you will automatically cater keywords.
Absolutely. So that's there. And so that's the question. Uh, guys, another thing here, one of the questions I had, like people who are 40 plus years old, who are at a director,
Mm,
senior manager, vice president, or executive vice
mm,
president, they have like 20, 30, 40 years of experience back of it. And, they struggle with resumes a lot. Like if they start
absolutely.
writing everything, then it's going to be like a book. So
Hmm.
what kind of input or tip you have for them? How should they look forward to writing resume? Because, like they may be say like working at Fortune 100 companies for 5, 5, 10, 10
Hmm.
years. So shed some light on that, please.
So for them, because I'm into executive resume writing only,
Right, right.
and I'm actually day in, day out working on people, those who have experience more than 20 years, 25, 30, 35. So a straight away thing for them is that one, they have to jot down their skills, which is very important because they come with hell good number of experience and the kind of, because whatever they are doing, they're it's just adding up to their career journey only. So
Mm-hmm.
first they need to understand that what is my core area. Even if I
Mm.
have done, if I'm doing every day, I'm getting into some new strategy or some new kind of project or assignment, still there must be some core area that I have to focus on. One. Two, they have to understand that they don't have to talk about every organization they have worked with. And in fact, if they have seen a lot of people with this much of experience where they've spent good years in one organization. Like somebody said that I, in total of my 25 years of experience, I've only worked with two organization, and
Hmm.
I have a great experience in both the organization. In
Hmm.
that case also, you have to focus on your latest exposure.
Guys,
And
the
if you don't,
latest exposure, that's the keyword.
yeah,
Sorry to pause
seven
you,
to
but I
eight
just wanted to
years yeah,
echo
7 to
that.
8 years
Last 7 to 8 years. Yeah, yeah,
is
please go
good
ahead.
enough.
That's
Is
good
good
enough.
enough for the recruiter, because in those last you will actually do maybe top management, or you have done some worked on some great strategies, or you have really made some, there are some result oriented achievements with you, handy with you, which will be helpful to a recruiter when they read out.
Hmm. Right,
So
right.
stick to latest experience. Don't elaborate. Just write the name of organization and months and year, and that's it. That's more than enough.
Right. Guys, we're going to take questions in next 2 minutes. One last question here I have for Meghna. Sometimes senior people, they struggle. They started their career, say like as say like a realistic example. One of my friends started as a call center job where he was answering customer service calls. And now
Hmm.
he is a vice president of an organization with a salary, say like above 80, 90 lakhs. Now,
Hmm.
he struggles that, what do I do with the previous years of experience? Should I just keep them one liner because his salary and his current job and the first job what he does doesn't match at all? So what, any
Absolutely.
suggestion that he should take it off, or what should he input there?
See, if he had, if that is the situation, and so I will see that how much data do I
Hmm.
have for his current job, because
Hmm.
anyways his current job will matter a lot. So
Right.
if I have good enough data where it's almost covering in 1 to 2 pages,
Hmm.
I will just keep the previous organization name. That's it. But if I feel, so
Hmm.
obviously it's everybody's situation is different. So if I
Right.
see, no, I do not have this much of great data, and I
Hmm.
have some good enough breathing space in my, I have the real estate where I can utilize it, then I will give us a 2 line or a 3 line short paragraph under organization at that, and that's all about it. I don't have to elaborate or be more uh, descriptive, I would say. Just
Got
keep
it.
it simple.
So
short.
don't hesitate, guys. Just keep it simple. If you have worked with small jobs and then you became the executive, then just make sure that you're just keeping it short, the previous ones, and elaborate your current one with detail. All right, Meghna, it's time to take some questions. We have a lot of hands raised, but
Yeah,
before that,
sure.
guys, show me some love. Where are you? Are you there? Are you listening to us? Let us know that you are there and we are talking to you. Thank you so much for that motivation. It inspires us to do more of what we do. So, first question, guys, 1 or 2 minutes because I know there are a lot of hands here. So, Prashant, we're going to take your question. Prashant Saxena, over to you, microphone. And once you unmute, you can talk.
Okay, hello. Hello, Meghna.
Hi,
This
Prashant. How
is,
are you?
I am doing good and hope you are doing good as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Thanks for the giving the deep insight here. It was a interesting session, and thanks Prashant for hosting this session as well.
Sure.
So Meghna, my question here is that now since these days all the CVs are getting getting through the ATS or maybe through any AI tools, which you just alluded in the first half of this session. So my question here is how the person can make ensure that the CV should be shortlisted while applying for the job. So is there any specific tips and tricks, or do we need to focus more on the keywords and we need to encapsulate those keywords in the CV? So what is your suggestion here?
Okay, so I actually said this before as well, Prashant, that people are complicating things here by listening the name ATS and different software that recruiters are using, but you don't have to complicate things. Just keep simple. As simple is your resume, there will be great chances that your resume will be shortlisted by the software. Of course, there are small checklist, but that checklist is nothing but just keep a simple font, keep a simple if you go ahead and google the checklist for ATS resume, you will see that everywhere it is written that you have to keep it simple in a way that don't use fancy bullet points. Just go ahead and keep the simple bullet points. Don't use fancy font size and font types. Keep it simple, keep it normal. Don't use tabular formats. Just again, write it in a way, the way we used to do it every time, we are doing it from ages. So, and keep your resume short. People don't know that why we always say that we have to make the resume within 2 pages. They feel that recruiters don't have time to read out, but the fact is that there is a standard time that every application ATS scans every application for some seconds. So in some seconds, it can only scans maximum of 2 pages. So ensure that your resume is only 2 pages, not beyond that. So my simple answer is that keep it simple, keep it the way we are doing it from ages, and keep it short and crisp, to the point. Not too much of elaboration is needed.
So keep it short, keep it simple, allow the software to read it. No fancy fonts, no tabular, and no images apart from your photo, I think. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that help, Prashant?
Yes, thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Meghna. Thank you,
Thank you,
Prashant.
Prashant.
Yeah. Okay, Rohan, you got the microphone, and once you unmute,
Hi, good evening, Prashant.
sure.
Okay, I'll just like to add on if you allow. Like, it's Miss Meghna show, so I'll just
Sure.
like to ask, like, if I can add on something.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so both the Prashant, you have asked one thing that how particular we can be with ATS. So being in this TA world, so what we generally say that ATS be very particular. All the listeners, please take a note of this. That ATS do not take any resume more than 500 MB. So keep your word format and keep it in word format, and the format should be in 11 font. You can make it Calibri, you can make it Vadana or any other, right? Times is also okay. The fonts I'm talking about, keep it size 11 minimum, right? And these are the particulars that is required for any ATS. Okay, you also need to mention the bullets like skill set and then the skill set. Okay, professional experience and then the experience. So whenever any AI or ATS read that, they search for those words, those bullets that under which they will get those details from. They will fetch those details from, right? So these are some of the things that we need to keep in mind while you make any resume format, right? Without any fanciful, everything that Ms. Meghna has said. So all those things we don't have to include, even a photograph, because ATS cannot read that and you will get rejected. Unfortunately, you are not through. You'll get this kind of mails.
So
Right? So
no
just
filtered photographs, no Photoshop guys. They're not checking out the clarity of face or
correct.
anything. Got it. Yeah.
They are not checking on those. So ATS, before it goes in human eye, it goes through the ATS. So yes, they might have some time, but they do have some time size constraint, and keep it below 500 MB. That's one thing. And ATS can be resume can be of 2 or more pages. No recruiter ever we rejected any candidate who made it more than 2 page. If you love to read their resume, what they have, so it is your maximum of 10 years. So you will jot it down within first page itself, or this maximum the 2, right? So you will see the latest. I mean, any HR will see the latest one. So here we are going through your exposure of the latest 5 years, what you have done, your exposure and your competencies and your accomplishments. That's it. And then you are through for the next round or not. So that's how we save our time. And please understand, HR is also very much in hurry to close the position. So it saves them, and that's why they are very much, in hurry to read the resume very fast, right? So this is something that I wanted to add on. Please carry on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rohan. And I echo the words what you both said, that your current experience is going to be relevant. So keep elaborative, and then the bullet points. Thanks for the input. And you know what? At the TA side, these words come with great authority, because so many softwares are coming in. Thank you so much, Rohan.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, Anjan and Guru Paraj. Anjan Banerjee, over to you. Where are you from, sir?
Greetings, Prashant and Meghna Gandhi. I am from Ambala Kant in Haryana, in India.
All right, great.
And I have a question. I have held various positions, including CEO and international directors and so on. For the life of me, I have not been able to understand. Maybe the two of you could throw a light. Uh, who is more incompetent in a sense that I have read, I have never seen this happen, that an interview requires 5, 6, 7 rounds. Well, in humble common sense, an initial interview shortlisted, and then maybe another interview, and possibly a third interview with the CEO on the board, who makes the final nod. Now, I have never been able to understand whether it is the incompetence on behalf of the corporate, or is it the incompetence on the part of the HR, which drags on in some cases for about 2 months. I'm really perplexed, and I would like an answer to this. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Arjun. So this is a curveball. Meghna, what do you have to comment on this one?
Okay, so thanks, Anjan, from bringing out this. But yeah, you actually touches the nerves of people with this question. And I wanted to say that with some companies, it's not even 2 months; it's like 5 to 6 months as well. And the irony is that we can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. It's like now they have multiple process. See, as I said, that it's not only an individual who are looking out for a great opportunity, but on the other side of the table, even the recruiter wants to hire good talent from the market. And now, because when they float any opportunity in market, when they get handful of resume and candidatures from the market, and to just to ensure that they don't leave any stones unturned, they literally they need some time to evaluate, they need some time to understand that they are working on every application. They are not missing out on any important candidate which is a value or which can be an asset to the organization. So we need to understand and respect that. There, of course, as Prashant just literally added, and I can see his profile that he's from the HR, that talent acquisition field only, profile only, that even HRs they are also in hurry to close the position. But the fact is that they cannot miss out on any important aspect, that just literally put everything in vain, and they hire a wrong candidate, and which the whole effort of everybody, and
Right.
whosoever was the potential candidate, who was actually can be an asset to the organization, they literally ignored that candidate, so they don't
Absolutely.
wanted to do that.
Absolutely. I just wanted to add to that, Meghna, is, human beings are complex. And when we are hiring somebody at a senior level, they have to work cross-functionally with many other people, many other teams. And they
Yeah,
would like to just also check that, Are banda kaisa hai? How's this guy? Let me talk to him, figure out, are the vibes matching? Are the things in line with me? Because every week he or she is going to spend like 3 to 4 hours with me as well. So that is what
absolutely.
my intake is. And sometimes these days, yeah, this is how it is. But Rohan also called out that HR is also in a rush to close out the positions because that's their KPA. But thank you for that question. Very, very good question, deep question. And we have two people on the board, Manali and Saf. I just got both of you. So please, Anjan. Okay, let me do Anjan once back so that his thoughts are collected. Post. Hi, Anjan. Sorry, I put you on listening mode.
Perfectly all right. Perfectly all right. I just wanted to thank both of you. And my last words would be bad luck for a good guy. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So who's gonna go first, Manali or Saf?
Hi Prashant, hi
Yep.
Meghna.
Yep.
Hi, Seth. Yeah.
Hi. I do not have a question. Actually, I am also a resume writer, so I just wanted to put a add something here as well, because when we deal with the candidate and the recruit from the market, so they do have some kind of confusion, like can we tweak the resume and all that. So just trying to add the things like tweaking is not a good practice actually. Okay. And also, yeah, this question I get a lot actually. So just I want to float it here as well. And also just simple. So as you know, the resume is the first impression. So it is really important that your resume convey the right image of your experience. So just keep it simple. Do not make it fancy. And also just put the effective keywords. Make it short actually. Yeah, these are the couple of things that I wanted to add it.
Wow. Well, show us some love, guys. Saf is here, another professional resume writer. Show us some love. Where are you? Are you there? Are you listening us? Thank you so much, Saf, for your input here. And these are the key inputs, guys. Markets are down. People are applying for jobs. They are thinking, what's wrong with my resume? Am I not good enough? But these are very assuring words for somebody who is applying for job. So thank you, Saf. Anything you would like to add, Meghna?
No, I think Prashant, we are already good to go. Because I think we have literally touched upon
The,
pain
for
points,
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take this question. Manali, over to you.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to thank both of you for organizing this workshop. I've been following Megha for a while, so it's an honor to sort of ask her this. So I wanted to ask you three very simple questions. The first is, should we put the graduation shit?
Oh, we can hear
Should we
you.
put the sorry? Should we put the graduation year in the resume? Is it important?
Absolutely, it
Second,
is.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Absolutely, it is.
Okay.
Hmm.
Second one is, how should we prepare for an interview questions which could be asked based on our resume? Because many a times recruiters say, walk me through your resume. So how should we tackle that? And third is, are gaps in resume normal? Because I think after the pandemic, many people have sort of transitioned. So
Oh, so deep.
yeah,
Yeah.
please do.
Gaps in resume. Yes. Okay. So your first question got answered. You have to put the graduation. The second one was how should we prepare for the interview? Is that what you asked? Manali?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so many a times recruiters ask us questions based on our resume. So
Ah,
how we as a candidate can be prepared for those questions?
over to you, Meghna.
Okay, great question, Manali. I think this is a different one. So when you, as you said, that most of the time recruiter do ask you that, please walk me through your resume. And the simple thing is that the back in their mind, they wanted to know that are you not fabricating? Hope you're not fabricating things in your
Ah,
resume. So as I said, that skills are really important, and all these contributions are really important. To start, then start with your skills. Tell them first, introduce yourself, and then talk about your core skills that you gathered so far in your career journey, maybe in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatsoever it is. And then talk about your contribution in relevance to your skills. If you are talking about some people management skill, talk about some contribution in that aspect. If you're talking about some stakeholder engagement skills, talk about your contribution or your value add with respect to that skill. So when any recruiter ask you to walk me through with your resume or something, they really wanted to know that you are not fabricating anything in your
got
resume.
it.
You are just be true to yourself. That's it.
So part of the validation process, it is expected from the recruiter that, hey, I'm going to send this resume forward. So just make sure that this is the right ticket to Hollywood.
Yeah,
So they're just
absolutely,
making sure that
absolutely.
the details are right. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Thank you, Ashwarya.
And
Does that answer your question?
Manali.
Manali, sorry, Ashwarya, hold on. Okay. Manali, did that help you?
Yes, yes. And regarding the gaps, if you could guide me if it's
Yeah,
normalized
yeah.
in today's market.
See, whatever things has happened with pandemic, it's not anybody's fault. People get laid off, and they feel that it's their fault that they got laid off, but actually it's not. Don't be hesitant about it. If in that particular gap, if you have worked on any skill of yours, you have enrolled for any certifications, good. You can always talk about that, but be very transparent about that gaps. And recruiters are open with that. They are not putting you in any kind of dark light that, oh, you got laid off with from that organization, now you are the last candidate I'm going to pick up. No, not like that. In the pandemic situation, lot of people, lot of companies has suffered a lot. So
Hmm.
we need to understand, and we need to respect. And it is not only the individual, but even the companies are respecting that. So don't feel hesitant, don't feel ashamed. Nothing, it wasn't any individual's fault. It was the whole world was suffering. So that's okay. That, just be transparent. There's nothing, no, nothing is wrong. And there's no point on any incapability of yours. It is absolutely the situation which we all struggled.
Yep.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yep. Ashwarya, over to you. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Prashant and Meghna. So I have two questions. One is I have done Masters of Social Work. So as part of that, I had to do 4 internships. So is it okay to put my internships and volunteer works in my resume? And the second question is is there any difference between the resumes that I prepare for companies I want to work in India and if I want to work in abroad? And is there any difference between the resumes that I have to prepare? Thank you.
Absolutely. Aishwarya, so one first question, that are these internships important in your resume? Absolutely yes, because other than your education, if you talk about your academic projects, you talk about your internship, it creates any reader, it just enhances the interest of a reader. So why not? And you have given some efforts, no? When you have spent some months in one organization, you've learned something. Talk about that experience. You, even if nothing, then also you have learned the working ethics. Talking about your internships, anything like that is absolutely open and really good and appreciated by the recruiter. So don't hesitate in putting that. Two, yes, there is a difference between whatever resumes that you prepare for India market and whatever resumes that you prepare for international market. So you can always check with that if you're trying to apply for, let's say, Canada, what kind of resume Canada accept, Canadian recruiters accept, what is the requirement for USA recruiters, whatever is the international
Standards.
country that you're targeting
Yeah.
for. Just go ahead and study about that, and then prepare your resume absolutely in parameters to those international standards.
Okay, right.
Aishwarya, let us know what happens when you put all those things. You know, we also like to hear success stories when things go right, so that we also get to know what's going on in the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Meghna, I know we have overshot the 40 minutes. If you are okay, we can take more questions, or you want to take, if you have some time, then let me know.
Yes, let's just wind up by 8:30. We have good time till then. Yeah, good for 14-15 minutes. Yeah.
All right. So next on the board is Ratan Rajak. You got the microphone. So 3, 2, 1. Once you unmute, you can speak. Yep.
Yeah. Hi, Prashant. Good evening. Good evening, Meghna.
Good
Hi.
Thank you very much, team, for organizing this workshop. So I do have two instances on this workshop.
Your
The first
voice
thing I
is
will be
kind of little fumbled. Sorry, I think it's some glitch.
yeah, I am actually in a phone right now. Okay.
Yeah, we can't
So
hear
I'm
you,
traveling.
Ratan, properly.
Yeah.
Okay, just a second.
Or if you speak right into the microphone, maybe that may help.
Yeah, is it okay now?
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's speak.
Yeah. So the first thing is, is a very instant. One of my colleagues, she wanted to have my CV.
Nope.
Not having or not
No, sorry,
working.
Ratan. It's not audible. We're getting a lot of background noise. So we will give some time where you can find a place. Or you can write down the question to me. Write down the question to me. I can answer that question for you, or you can comment the question. That's okay.
Okay, that will be fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, are you still there? What else you have to ask? This is the time to ask from a influencer who makes a career by writing resumes for people who are executives. You know, executives further get hired and hire more people. So this is the time for you to ask. And if you have not followed Meghna Gandhi yet, this is the time to go and follow her. Her website is CV Stylist. So don't forget that. Over to you, Mantasha Ara. How are you?
Hello.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, sir. Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, I have a question
Sure.
regarding resume.
Mhm.
Sir, can I put other name in the resume?
Other name in the resume, like which is not your
Yes.
legal name?
No, it's not legal. It's legal. Mostly people call me Mantasha. You can,
Oh,
as per documents, it's Maksuda Ara.
oh, I see. Over to you, Meghna.
Yeah.
Mantasha, I would rather say that always keep your document name, whatever is there in your documents, keep that name in resume, because it is easy for any HR professional to track your documentations. Because otherwise, if they have different name on the documents, and other day wanted to search out for your resume, so that will be a problem. So just
Okay.
keep a track and documentation properly. It is always advisable to keep that name on resume, which is there on your documents.
Okay, ma'am. If I put both names in the resume, is it okay?
No, it's not required to put the both names. It won't look professional. So keep it the one which is there on the document.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mantasha.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. So, we just conversing to the next point here, which will be the last point. So in case you have any questions, we can take it. So, we spoke a lot of things here, Meghna, today. Senior guys, junior guys, content, ATS, make it simple. And all right, we have our friend from Dublin, 𝗀𝗽𝗂𝗁. Is that how you say your name, sir? Over to you. Once you unmute, you can speak. Yep, you are still on mute. Okay. Now, yeah. Yeah, you can speak now. I think we can hear you. We can get some background noise. Yeah, please go ahead, 𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗁. Okay. So 𝗀𝗃𝗁, when you're ready with your question, let us know. You can also ping us that question. Thank you. And we have Adi. We will take her question. Okay, Adi, what's
Hey
going
guys,
on?
hey, thank you for holding this. So I just have a quick question around how a person could transition out of a individual contributor role to more of a manager. So I guess what are the best practices when someone looks at somebody's resume? How can we convey to that person that, hey, I may be a individual contributor now, whether that's an analyst level engineer, but I have aspirations to be a people leader. I guess by looking at just the resume, how would be the best way to convince recruiters of that?
Very interesting. All right,
Okay, sounds
Meghna.
Thanks for bringing this out, Adi, on this platform, because I think most of the people do struggle when they wanted to get into a management role. They don't know how to convince recruiter, how to tell recruiter, what to tell recruiter. They can talk about their technicality, but they don't know what to tell recruiter about those skills that they possess, that they have, and they can utilize well. So the major skills that any recruiter will focus when it comes to a team management kind of role is your leadership mindset, even if you have worked on that position or not. So when it comes to leadership mindset, it is not only that you should be having one team, and that team should be reporting it to you, and then collectively working on that project or assignment or a process. No, it's like guiding your peers, working with them, collaborating with them. How well you communicate your things to them is again a important thing that recruiter wants to focus on. Majorly the conflict resolution and problem solving attitude of your, because when it comes to team management, there are a lot of authority that automatically comes in, and out of one of those is absolutely important one is the conflict resolution and problem solving skills of yours. So focusing, telling the recruiter how good you are in those kind of skills. So basically, you have to tell recruiter that other than your technical skills, there are team manager skills that you already have, and how you are utilizing. So you need to first list down those skills, try to understand that what all skills do I have. If today I'm feeling that from in the IC role I can get into a team management role, now I can get into a managerial role. So there must be something that I feel in me, that yes, this is what I have already have, and if I utilize these skills, I will able to manage a team. So you need to dig out in yourself that what all skills are those, and then frame a valid examples in respect to those skills. That if I'm talking about communication, you should be having complete elaboration, when if any recruiter tell that how you say that you are a good communicator, tell me something about it. So you should be having that example to tell recruiter that how good you are. Same goes to adaptability, performance management. A lot of skills are there which revolves around leadership profile. So you need to understand that what all skills that you have, and in with respect to those skills, what you can explain to your recruiter. That's the simple bang on.
Thank you. I guess one follow up quickly to that. So how does that differ from going from a manager to an executive? So there's obviously differences from going from individual to manager, but then there's also a layer of complexity that comes from manager to executive. So if you can quickly talk about those skills, that'd be great.
See, executive at that level, eye of a recruiter is absolutely different. So you need to understand that that particular level requires a lot of strategy initiatives. So focusing on those strategic initiatives is important. Parallelly, you have to focus on the leadership. So because it's not that when you grow up to the ladder and you get on to that top management, are leaving all that leadership behind and you are just focusing on strategy. No, working on strategy and execution and implementation both is important. So you have to keep a balance, and you just have to add on your strategic initiatives, and your thought process of growing the organization in totality is needed when it comes to top management.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great, Adi.
You're welcome, Adi. We got Puneet Walia. Over to you, sir. Yep, we can hear once you speak.
हेलो
Yeah,
सर,
we can.
ये जो बोल रहे हैं इंग्लिश में, सर मुझे हिंदी में सुनना था।
हिंदी में समझना
हेलो
है? हाँ जी, बोलिए।
जी हाँ, तो सर मुझे ना अभी इंग्लिश में सुन रहा हूँ ये मीटिंग, तो मुझे हिंदी में सुनना था मीटिंग।
दिस इज गुड फीडबैक। हम लोग इसको हिंदी में भी कोशिश करेंगे एक बार करने के लिए।
जी
तो
जी,
वो दिन के इंडिया टाइम में हम लोग करेंगे फिर एक टाइम।
फिर कब सर, कब कब होगा ये ऐसा?
ये मैं कोशिश करता हूँ और बट फीडबैक टेकन। थैंक यू पुनीत।
अच्छा अच्छा,
ठीक
थैंक
है,
यू सर।
थैंक यू।
ओके।
Okay, so Meghna, we are there. It's almost going to be 8:30
Yeah.
and we don't have questions. And what are your closing notes?
Closing note is simple, because I think a lot of people, and we came up with question which revolves around back and forth on ATS. My punchline to this whole conversation is like, please be true to yourself, focus on your skills, try to make your resume as simple it is, and don't elaborate much. Keep it simple in a short, less description is required, and do not copy paste anything. That's not okay. Please don't do that.
So, ladies
That's
and
the biggest
gentlemen,
blunder people do.
this was a great discussion. A lot of people asked questions and great feedback we received. Keep it simple in word format. Recruiters are looking to close the job profile very quickly and make the recruiter's life simple. Allow the ATS software also go through your step. Do not put the tables, do not put the fancy stuff out there. We got an input that font size 11, Calibri or Times is good. And yeah, that's what it is. And depending on what the role you are applying, keep it true to that. And if you have gaps in your resume, then just be okay with that. Call it out. Be honest on that one, because that's what recruiter is going to like, because the recruiter has to share it forward. With all that said, thanks everyone for your time. This is your host Prashant, and many, many thanks once again to Miss Meghna Gandhi. Show me some love, guys. Are you there? Is this helpful? Was it helpful? Thank you so much. The purpose is to unlock the true potential of folks who are in constrained environments, because they're not getting anybody to ask, and I am here to get you thought leaders and founders to ask that. Meghna, you have a great evening, and the audience is
Thank
simply
you so
loving
much.
you. Follow Meghna for that. Reach out to her, DM her, cvstylist.com. Have a great evening, folks. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much, Prashant, for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.